To make Ghana a safer and stronger country, the Ministry of Home Affairs, along with funding from the IDB, has created a Citizen Security Strengthening Program. Let's take a look at how the CSSP is bringing a safer and stronger Ghana to you.
The Citizen Security Strengthening Program, often referred to as the CSSP, is a loan from the Inter-American Development Bank to the government of Guyana.
The government of Guyana partnered with the IDB to develop the Citizen Security Strengthening Program to really alleviate some of the issues that we're seeing socially related to crime and violence across the country. And in that regard, the CSSP program was specifically seeking to address a reduction in crime that we were seeing at the time, specifically around property crimes, robberies, burglaries, larceny, but also to address violent crime that was happening at an interpersonal level. Certain communities that were much more vulnerable in terms of having victims of crime and violence, and also communities that were in so many ways impoverished or underskilled, that were requiring additional support through the government to make sure that the young people there were really given every opportunity to really develop themselves, build their capabilities, and really become much more effective citizens.
In the IDB Vision 2025, our strategy for advancing social and economic growth in the region, to create that conducive atmosphere for business and investment.
The CSSP has three main components. The first component of the CSSP, that deals with community crime and violence prevention, saw the execution of training. We had trained over 1,200 youths in various vocational skills.
Well, the skills in entrepreneurial studies were really about giving or making employable these young people who were at risk. So they would have gotten a skill and gotten a certificate in that skill, and that certificate was being seen as a first step in technical vocational training, and this could have gotten them a job. Some of the courses they would have covered is masonry, carpentry, plumbing, catering, air conditioning and repair, information technology and office procedure. They also did remedial classes. The majority of the youths that got onto the courses, majority of them came unemployed. By the time the course was finished, at least 60% of them were employed. The entrepreneurial studies was an exclusive brand of engagement under the CSSP, where it offered entrepreneurial training and with a grant at the end of that training for persons in the community. And this would have meant an opening for if a youth was in the community, had done a skills training with another agency, they could have also gotten on. It was just to give them an entrance level opportunity to do business. The CSSP, I used to always coin when I speak publicly for them, is in the business of building dreams. Because at this particular juncture, the young people that we worked with, the young people that came onto the program, started to dream, even if they never dreamed before. They started to dream because we told them that, listen, once you get involved, these are the benefits. And they were able to see it. Coming out of a community such as the one that I was the community action officer, lots of youths did not feel that they were the focus of the system, of the resources coming in. So with the CSSP coming in and bringing access, I think they felt good and they wanted to be part of that.
My name is Shawnee Nikayuz. I am a cosmetologist. I found out about the CSP training program through Mr. Colin Mark. He is a member of our Sophia Community Center. We did an entrepreneurial training skill. I did a job readiness program with them as well. With the entrepreneur, we had marketing management and customer service. We did record and bookkeeping, plan writing. That eventually helped me out a lot. I must say thanks, because I know there are a lot of people, a lot of youths that think that there's nothing for them, but just being turned in the right direction, you could find an opportunity. And with discipline and determination, you could mold yourself out from any bad situation and be better.
My name is Vindhya Persaud. Currently, I do wedding decoration and catering. I found out about the program from the Lusignan Center from the CEO, Humali Persaud. Some of the things that I learned from the program is record keeping, which I put into practice very recent, advertising, safety. It make a difference for me, and I'm sure for other person who also take part into the program, because it's able to give us a push, especially financially. It's a struggle. This is where we use the finance part to able to buy equipment and materials to start the business, because from that little push, whatever income coming, you're able to generate back again and expand little by little, gradually by gradually. So anyone out there who might be fortunate enough to come across or hear about the program, take advantage of this program, because it will help you later in the future, and it will even prepare you also later down, because you will have basic knowledge of how to manage a business and even how to manage your own day-to-day life.
We also executed rapid impact projects. These rapid impact projects are small infrastructural projects done within the community. The CSSP has completed 17 of these projects, and 3 are pending. The 3 will be completed before the end of 2022, and the intention is that youths in the community can utilize these facilities.
I believe that there must be opportunities available. Sports is excellent, and men and women, boys and girls should have that opportunity to go out there. Sometimes it's just letting off steam. Sometimes it's a good talent and skill that you have, that you can take it and represent your country. And it's also good for peer engagement. So having the access to playgrounds, play fields, sporting equipment, sports, music, and the creative arts also very important in all of this. This is their time for their personal therapy. This is their time to just have their own moments of peace. So it's all very good from a psychological point of view, and it's all very good for self-development. And I think the community will benefit from it when we start to see many persons rising and shining in communities just from a simple intervention of a playground, a play field, a sporting unit that develops in the community, or some creative art industry that develops there.
Also executed under Component 1 were training of community members and counseling in parenting skills, domestic violence prevention strategies, child abuse prevention, among others.
The CSSP had a component in the community action aspect that looked at prevention of violence. A part of the program which looked at giving the youth skills in violence prevention, and start the whole conversation on the re-education of whether violence is productive or non-productive. One of the resources that they did develop is the manual, the violence prevention manual, and then they did extensive training for the community action officers, for community stakeholders, which would have include the spectrum of community-based persons to further cascade the training at their level amongst the groups that they have connections to. So it was kind of like creating a groundswelling with the focus on violence prevention.
Domestic violence is not a quick fix. Domestic violence cannot be fixed by any one entity. Domestic violence, its impact and its solutions also reposes within an individual and within families and communities. So it's important for everyone to shoulder responsibility. How you raise your children, how you conduct yourself in a family situation, how you express yourself in a wider circle, it could be in a community, and how, very importantly, you engage in a relationship. All of those things determine what happens with violence. And when we look at our statistics of 1 in 2, which is higher than the global statistics, as in women being affected by domestic violence, that's the extent of the problem.
I'm absolutely sure that the impact will be positive. It's like seed time, harvest time. That the project seeded this conversation on violence, and it needs to be taken to all the full spectrum of the community. The churches need to start talking about it. The schools have to have programs that incorporate these violence prevention programs and that kind of stuff. So the prospects of long-term impact is positive.
A Safer and Stronger Ghana is brought to you by the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Citizens Security Strengthening Program.